are you doing? We have our poetry presentation.
But Adam, I'm playing the new Halo game.
But Chris, we gotta do it now! I'm Adam.
And I'm Chris, and today we're going to talk about Billy Collins.
Billy Collins was born sometime.
In some place.
He's probably gonna die soon.
We chose Billy Collins because, well, just look at the pictures. The poem we have today is called Another Reason Why I Don't Keep a Gun in the House by Billy Collins. The neighbor's dog will not stop barking. He is barking the same high, rhythmic bark that he barks every time they leave the house. They must switch him out on their way out. The neighbor's dog will not stop barking. I close all the windows in the house and put on a Beethoven symphony, full blast, but I can still hear him muffled under the music, barking, barking, barking. And now I can see him sitting in the orchestra, his head raised confidently as if Beethoven had included a part for a barking dog. When the record finally ends, he is still barking, sitting there in the oboe section barking, his eyes fixed on the conductor, who's entreating him with the baton, while the other musicians listen in respectful silence to the famous barking dog solo, that endless coda that first established Beethoven as an innovative genius. Alright, how was that?
That was good.
Okay, did you get all that on camera?
No.
What?
The poem was about a guy who wants to shoot a dog, but he doesn't. The man is trying to listen to Beethoven. As we all know, that's what all normal people do.
Now, we've come up with two different themes for the poem. The first one is that it's actually a commentary on society. You see, in the first little paragraph thing, it talks about how the neighbor's dog will not stop barking, and that it has a rhythmic beat. This represents the incessancy of which pop culture tries to infiltrate the true arts.
In the second stanza, we see that Beethoven's symphony is playing while the dog is barking, barking, barking. As in popular culture, it tries to kill the classical culture with its repetition of barking, barking, barking. It's quite elementary, really.
By the time we get to the third stanza, the dog has already infiltrated the metaphorical orchestra, which shows that inevitably pop culture will actually influence the classical or pure art of the time, whether the artists in there want it or not.
Sorry. The fourth stanza is when the record finally ends, he's still barking and barking. So we're seeing that the dog wants to be killed, but the guy is not. With the metaphorical sense that he's restricting himself with the inborn strength. Just like in Hard Darkness.
Alright, this leads us to the final stanza, in which the author actually attributes the innovative barking to Beethoven, which shows that at some point, once pop culture comes in, the fine art actually leaves. This actually shows the development of art and is a nice metaphor for the arts in general. That was our first theory about the theme of the poem. Our second one is that it's supposed to be a funny poem.
It's just a fun, comical poem that can be taken lightheartedly. It's not like you have to take a class about it.
Alright, now we're gonna look at the skeleton of the poem. Ooh.
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
Oh no, not those. Oh Jesus, edit those out, okay. Here's the real skeleton, okay? You see that? Okay. We start off here, and it's barking, so then it gets caught. No, wait, no. He gets angrier when the barking comes, and then it gets to the Beethoven, and then he talks about the orchestra, so it's the dog is barking, so it goes over.
So as Chris tried to explain, the author started a little bit frustrated at the dog. And then, as the poem grew, he got a little bit more annoyed, as we see at the non-stop barking, Beethoven Symphony, muffled music, barking, until finally he just wants to shoot the dog. But luckily, since he doesn't keep a gun in the house, he doesn't. So at the end, he's happy.
So, what did you think of the film?
You know, honestly, I thought it was garbage. You guys are pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh.
To my clip, I squeeze gas, to my clip,